Hey boys, welcome to a bit of a different video, and it's something that I'm probably wanting to start a little bit more on my channel, and that's just having a talk about some real life stuff from the sports I follow. You know, cricket and rugby league mainly. But yeah, the Australian ODI squad just got announced, and I just wanted to sort of go through the squad, give my opinions on what I think of the squad and who I think should have been there or shouldn't have been there. But the one thing I'll say about the Australian, like the shorter formats for Australia, like I just feel like we should be way better than what we are, and I think most people would agree with that. Obviously we won the World Cup, you know, a few years ago now, but other than that, like we sort of been very underperforming, especially in T20s, and with like the Big Bash, you would expect us to be way better. And a point got brought up in a Big Bash game, and you know, I think everyone realizes this, is that sort of our best team never really gets to play T20s that often. Like our best players don't play in the Big Bash at all. You know, guys like Warner, Smith, Stark, Cummins now, Hazelwood, like all these guys, they don't play T20s, so you know it's a bit tough, and a lot of times we don't pick I feel like we don't pick our best team anyway. Like the shorter format squads and teams that get picked sometimes are just so ridiculous, and they just give Australian caps out for anyone that has a good game. So we'll have a look at the squad. I'll just run through it quickly here and then talk about it. So we got Steve Smith, Warner, Pat Cummins, Aaron Finch, Hazelwood, Head, Chris Lynn, Mitchell Marsh, Tim Payne, Jai Richardson, Mitchell Stark, Stoinis, Andrew Ty, and Adam Zampa. Now, there's a few there that I disagree with, or a few that I think should be there replacing them. So, the first one, the biggest omission, I guess you would look... Well, there's a couple of big ones that aren't there. Like James Faulkner isn't there, but I sort of feel like Faulkner, his batting has just gone downhill. I don't know what happened to Faulkner. I really thought he would be like Australia's like best short format, well, one of our best shorter format players for like the next 10 years, but his bowling is still pretty good, but his batting is just deteriorated badly. I mean, he can still come out and hit a decent ball now and again, but he just doesn't have that ability to win games, what I've seen anyway, especially like T20s. Like he just, I don't know, James Faulkner, he's dropped off badly. So, you know, I'm not surprised he isn't there. Glenn Maxwell, probably the biggest surprise not being there. And I don't agree with him not getting a call up. Like, he hasn't been in the best form in the Big Bash so far, but I mean, he did score a 50 odd against the Heat the other night, and you know, T20 is a funny game. I mean, you're going to have games where you don't play that well. I mean, if you look at the squad, you can't go off like T20 form. Like, half of them haven't even played Big Bash. Steve Smith, Warner, Cummins, Hazelwood, Mitchell Marsh, Tim Payne, Stark. They all haven't played any Big Bash. And then you look at Aaron Finch. He's been awful so far. Travis Head has been pretty terrible. Chris Lynn has looked good since coming back, and I'll get to him in a second, and I'm very happy that they've stuck with Lynn. But you know, looking at the team there, you can't say it's because of the Big Bash form, surely. I mean, Glenn Maxwell was in like the best batting form of his career in the Sheffield Shield, and I don't think he went too well on the 50 over stuff, but I just can't believe he's not there. He's just the all-round player. I mean, he's the best fielder in Australia, probably, you know, him and Warner, two of the best, and then he's got some handy overs. He can bowl if you need him to, so I can't believe he's not there instead of Travis Head. I know for some reason Travis Head is just sort of, he's there, and I feel like it's all because of that big 100 he made in the Big Bash on New Year's Eve. I mean, that was his big breakout sort of performance, and he has gone decently in like the ODIs for Australia. T20s, I don't really remember too many like international T20s we played, so I don't really have much to go off there. But you know, he's done okay, Travis Head, and again, he's sort of like Maxwell in the sense he does bowl some handy off spin. But I just sort of feel like Maxwell is just a better overall player than Travis Head. So that's just the one. I just don't understand that one. And Travis Head has been in terrible form in the Big Bash this year. So yeah, I can't really understand that. But the rest of it, the other one, Adam Zampa, never really been a big fan of Adam Zampa. I think a lot of people dislike Zampa. Probably people that like follow the Stars and stuff probably don't mind him, but a lot of people just don't like him. He's a bit of a, he doesn't seem like a, not he doesn't seem like a good person, but he's just a bit of a sook on the field, and he can just carry on a bit. But also, I feel like there's better spin options. Like personally, I would have gone with young Swepson. Obviously, I'm biased there in the fact that Swepson's a Queenslander, plays for the Bulls, plays for the Heat, but he's quality. I feel like Swepson is a lot better quality leg spinner than Zampa. And although, like, they've been, I don't know, they've probably been pretty comparable in the T20s this year. Obviously, Swepson came out and just killed it against the Stars in the last game, but other than that, he's been pretty unlucky, Swepson, not picking up any wickets. He had a couple of drop catches of his bowling, but he's kept it very tight still. So I think Swepson probably deserved a spot over Zampa this year. I mean, who else? I mean, you've got a couple other decent spin options. I'm just trying to think who else should be there. I'm just having a bit of a mind blank at the moment, but yeah, like I don't know. I don't think Zampa should have been picked. Honestly, we'll look at the other guys. So Andrew Tye, I think he deserved to be picked. I mean, again, I'm not like the biggest. Like Tye has obviously been killing it in the Big Bash, but I just sort of feel like, I don't know. I think Tye is one of those guys that when they step up to internationals, I think Tye is going to get targeted a bit. And he's not going to do as well, but he does deserve to be picked. I just sort of have a doubt about Andrew Tye stepping up to internationals, but we'll see how he goes. Marcus Stoinis, I think, deserves his spot. A couple of years ago, I wasn't a fan of Stoinis at all, but he's come leaps and bounds in the shorter format. Really, like his bowling is actually like pretty decent, but his batting, like he's a powerful striker in some of those ODI. Internationally he's played. I mean, he's come a long way, honestly. Mitchell Starc obviously should be there. Best shorter form pace bowler in the game, I would say, even though he hasn't played much of it recently. Jai Richardson, I'm pretty happy he's there. I like him a lot, actually. I think he's going to be a future, like, just longer format international play, just all round, like, international bowler. Like, he's very quick. Not the tallest guy, but yeah, he's a very good bowler. I'm happy he's there. Tim Payne is the keeper. I'm extremely happy with this one. They've dropped Matthew Wade, which makes sense. It just makes sense to pick Tim Payne. I think Tim Payne's a better batter. I think he's a better keeper. And he's got the miles in the team now with making the test side, so I think it just makes sense, really. Mitchell Marsh in there. I'm happy with Mitchell Marsh being there. For all, like, I still don't think Marsh should have probably come back into the test side. He obviously did very well his first game back, but I always thought Mitchell Marsh is a better shorter format player than longer format. So, having his power hitting with, someone like a Stoinis in the middle order is pretty potent. Chris Lynn being there, I'm extremely happy with this. I was honestly pretty worried because obviously Lynn has been out for ages now with his shoulder injury, and I thought they might not pick him. Like Lynn is the cleanest striker against pace bowling in the world. It's hard to say he's the number one, but he's the top. He's the top with a couple other guys. So I think he definitely deserved it, the form he's shown the last couple of years, but I just had that doubt that he's been out for so long. He's obviously had a couple of good knocks now in the Big Bash, but I thought they might not pick him. They might just go for someone else who's, like a Glenn Maxwell. But they've stuck with Chris Lynn. I'm very happy with that. And I just hope they stick with him, because obviously there's going to be pressure on Chris Lynn now, because he's got this reputation, obviously, of just coming out and hitting sixes at will. But obviously with that, it's a lot more difficult than just doing it. So I hope that they just stick with him, because he's going to have, like, a lot like David Warner when he first came in. Like, he's gonna have knocks where he goes for a big shot and he gets out. Like, he's gonna have innings where he doesn't go well. So I just hope they stick with him, really. Just give him a chance in the international scene. Travis Head, I talked about. Josh Hazelwood obviously should be there. Aaron Finch, I don't know, dude. I feel like this one, if you've watched like previous videos where I talk about Finch, you know that I'm not a fan of Aaron Finch. He's obviously, like, he's a good batter. He's just never really done it in the international 50 overs. Like, I feel like there's better options. Like, Australia has a lot of quality top order batsmen, like Darcy Short, very good batter. I think him opening up would have been a much stronger opening partnership than Aaron Finch. He might come out and blitz it, like, he probably will. He's not gonna, like, it's not like a too big a negative, but I just sort of feel like it was a good chance to give one of these younger guys a go. You know, there's a lot of quality young guys in the top of the order. I think probably Darcy Short was the guy who probably deserved it. Then we go Pat Cummins. Obviously, we're gonna have a very strong bowling lineup, really. David Warner, of course, and then we got Steve Smith rounding it out. So yeah, that's the 50 over squad. You know, a lot of these guys haven't played the shorter format. Obviously, the Big Bash is going on now, and a lot, you know, half of the team here hasn't even played one Big Bash game. They've all been on the Test match arena. But yeah, I think most of them, they're going to be able to step up. You know, someone like a Stark, he bowls better in the shorter format. You know, Warner, Smith, they can adapt very quickly. Pat Cummins the same. Josh Hazelwood, you know, they're very good. You know, they're the best Australian players, so they obviously should be there. And I think the rest of them are pretty good. A couple of, you know, I feel like a few of them, I feel like other players should have got a shot. But that's the squad. Let me know what you guys think. Like, I'm trying to, like, the thing is, like, I've sort of got a mind blank. I'm trying to think, like, these other players that should have been there, but I just can't think about it. I can't think at the moment. I think definitely Maxwell should have been there. I definitely, well, not definitely, but I think Darcy Short probably should have got an opportunity. And I think Sweption should have probably got an opportunity as well. So they're the three ones for me. But yeah, what do you guys think? Probably the other one I haven't even, like, mentioned, and this one is just mind-blowing to me. Michael Klinger. Michael Klinger has been, like, one of the best shorter format batters for so many years now, but he's never got a chance to play. I'm pretty sure he's never played international. I don't think he has, but Michael Klinger, dude, they're not going to pick him now, of course, but he's someone that has just continuously done the job for so many years now. He's the most unlucky. You know, throughout the years, there's been a lot of unlucky Australian players not to really crack the international scene, but Michael Klinger has to be the number one unluckiest Australian batter. Like, really, he's just genuine quality. So he's another guy. But yeah, that's the squad. I think we'll do pretty well. I don't think it has England's squad here yet, so. But that's all good. Hopefully, guys enjoy this video. Like I said, I'll try to get a bit more into some real life talk about rugby league, about cricket. So yeah, if you like this sort of stuff, drop a like, and I will see you in the next one.